The Matrix Resurrections. We were fortunate enough to watch it in IMAX, big, huge IMAX screen, bombastic sound, the day before it dropped on HBO Max and in theaters.
Right. Which I love going to that IMAX because you're kind of like on an incline and it's just this huge screen, so you get to experience like everything, see everything that's happening on screen, and especially I feel like that is the appropriate way to see the Matrix Resurrections. Now, granted, if you can't make it out to the theater, it is on HBO Max, which I applaud HBO Max for allowing to do this on their platform, so that people can watch it if they don't feel comfortable going to the theater.
Yeah, because I mean, it was a packed house for sure.
Yeah.
Wall to wall people, no space between the seats. But either way, we did watch it on the biggest screen possible because it is The Matrix. It is a spectacle. It is a spectacle
Right.
of action and visuals. And like the previous installments that came before it, this one also embraced the abilities that we have seen grow in cinematography when it comes to the high intense action, the wire work, and of course, bullet time. When it comes to the slowed down nature that we got that was really cemented with The Matrix, they take it here and bump it up to a whole new level.
Yeah, and as somebody who's seen the first one, and I absolutely love the first one, and I've seen a little bit of the second movie and maybe like one or two scenes of the third movie, but I don't really know the linear storyline, or as linear as you can be with the Matrix. Going into this movie, I can say that if you have not watched the other two besides the first one is really only the one that you need to see. They do a good job of filling in those blank spaces of what's going on in this movie.
And for someone who has seen all three of the films, including the Animatrix, multiple times, which I don't know, they should still be on HBO Max, all four of the movies, Animatrix including, there is a lot of hand holding, in my opinion. But for those that are uninitiated and don't have the recall of certain scenes, quotes, and moments from the trilogy, to me, it felt like somebody was constantly saying, "Hey, remember this? Hey, remember this? Hey, remember this?" It was this that was, they're referring to. They'll show you an image of exactly what they're referencing to kind of orient you. And if you saw the first two trailers, those two trailers are very indicative of what you're getting in this movie, exactly how they edited it as well. But if you are uninitiated and you do need a little bit of assistance to recall what all these moments and references are, it does a really good job at keeping you on track to where, as somebody who understands that many of the viewers and general population and newer fans of The Matrix need that, like, I appreciate it for them. But for me, I didn't need any of those references. You could drop a quote. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. So with the movie itself, I feel like it does stay in the lines of what the Matrix is all about, what the story of Neo and Trinity is all about.
It's a love story.
And adding new characters into the fray as well, which is, I enjoyed the new characters. I think that they do bring an element of, hey, remember what happened in the past? Here's kind of what the future holds.
My issue with those new characters too is I feel like even though, they're ample, there's quite a few new characters. In fact, I'd say 98% of the characters are brand new with the exception of a couple, Neo and Trinity included. But I feel like I don't know them yet. I don't have any real connection to them. But yet, when I watched that first Matrix, I know Switch, I know Dozer, I know Tank. Like, I knew all of them when it came to just watching that first movie. And when you lost them, I was heartbroken, when each one goes down, not like this. Like, it is heartbreaking. So I felt more of a connection to those in the first movie than I did here. And I tried, I tried to kind of gain some sort of love and partnership with these characters as you're moving through. But really, the only ones that I was connected to was Trinity and Neo once again. But
And I mean it's basically their story, but they have just characters that are helping them along, supporting characters that are helping along this story that is happening. They do I enjoyed, like, they do tell you about like what is going on if you've seen the last two movies or you've seen the last one, of certain things that have happened to our main characters and why they are here now, or what happened with them going forward, because then that was something that you definitely want to understand.
See, and yes, there is a lot of questions when it comes to how. How are we getting another Matrix movie if you watch the original trilogy? And they do it. They explain it. And for me, utilizing the same method of showing you things and explaining to you, oh, that's what this reference is, they do the same thing when it's like, well, let's fill in the gaps. They don't oversaturate it. They don't give you way too much to kind of like process. They simplify it to kind of make it easy for everybody to digest, to figure out how are we in the position that we're in once again? How are we back in the Matrix? What the hell is going on with the agents? What the hell is going on with Neo? What the hell is going on with Trinity?
Right.
But they do a pretty damn good job at explaining it and making it so that way everyone's going to be able to kind of keep on track. And I do feel like they do give us pretty good commentary when it comes to just human nature and the human mind when it comes to certain aspects of being plugged into the Matrix or not being plugged into the Matrix. Something that they did heavily utilize with Cypher in the first Matrix film.
Ignorance is bliss.
I feel like we did get an expansion of that a little bit more when it came to the antagonists and our heroes in this film. But it's the Matrix all in all. It comes down to the action. It comes down to the characters that we love from the very first film. And I do feel like in that sense, I would love to see more. I'd love these characters to keep going forward. I love expanding the world and what's going on outside of the Matrix in the real world. There are some things there that do kind of remind me of like Terminator Genesis. So I don't know. There are some gripes that I do have with this movie. I would say it is fourth on the list, fifth if you include the Animatrix. For me, it goes 1 Animatrix, 3, 2, and then this one. Either way, it was an enjoyable experience.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with the story that they were telling. It was familiar enough for you to understand and get what's going on, but new to the experience of stuff going forward.
Sure.
And I really liked it for someone who, like I said, didn't really see a whole lot of the second movie, bits and pieces of the third. And then going into this, like, I was able to follow along very well.
I gotta say, some of the action sequences that they do pull off in the last act of the movie, pretty sick. Like, I really enjoyed them. So,
stay after the credits. There's a post-credit scene.
It really does not further the story. In my opinion, it was kind of a waste to stay through the credits for it. It's not. It's just a joke. They use a post-credit scene for a joke. So, if you want to stay after the credits, you can. If you are going to check out The Matrix, let us know. Are you going to go to the theaters or are you going to watch it on HBO Max? Which Matrix movie is your favorite? Let us know down in the comments below, including Animatrix. But you can also like and subscribe.
And do the thing in our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Discord.
All the social networking gin joints, you know where they are. Kick into the party, fuel the party, keep the party going on our Patreon. Check out our full spoiler review for Spider-Man No Way Home, available on our channel now. But thank you so much, and as always,
now it's time to say goodbye.
This party is over.
Bye.
Bye.